Right, this is the fourth update on my Pickersgill project using, as I've previously said, it's a modified gem white metal tender from a Glen or a Scot, which I got at a show, I think it was about a year ago, 18 months ago, anyway, a while back. So it's a gem tender which has been modified top and bottom, frames and top. It's a Triang chassis, and Triang L1 chassis I think it is, with Romford wheels and bits and pieces fitted. The chassis has had an etched brass overlay, again from a more modern gem kit, or a reissue of the gem kit, which is from Litchett Manor Models. They did an etched brass chassis which is not the best, but it does for me, as far as it shows you the brakes, it gives you brakes, you know, just a little bit more detailed. Otherwise it wouldn't have brakes. The brakes are there. I don't know if you can see too well. You can see the bottom of the brake hanger there. Where's my file? Just in there. Actually, I painted the chassis and then I remembered that I was meaning to adjust the brakes and put them a bit lower down. But that's too late now. I'm just going to leave them where they are for the moment. Someday in the future I might change them to where they're meant to be, but I don't want to ruin a good paint job by fiddling about with the brakes. There are some small jobs that need to be done yet. There's small conduits or plumbing or whatever they are to go from there to there and there to there, both sides. They need to be added using 15 amp fuse wire, which I cannot find. It's here somewhere, but I'll find it. Also on the back of the loco, there, finger in the way, there is handrails to go either side. The rear of the cab sheets there, going right up. I've got steel wire again somewhere, which I need to cut to length and add. I was going to use brass wire, but steel wire is a lot thicker, denser, you know, it doesn't bend as much. And there's always the chance at a show when somebody, not me, will pick it up and grab it by the cab, and steel wire will give it a bit more support and strength, you know. Tender, what needs adding now is a fall plate between the loco and the tender. The front plate, foot plate of the tender there, is built as it came from gem. It is slightly too high, but again, I'm not going to worry too much about that. Compared to the, can't really see too well, it is slightly too high. I'm just going to put the fall plate across and not worry about that. You can't really see it. Let me see what else. Going through the list in my mind. On the top of the tender, the fireman's side, I need to put the brackets for the fire irons, which again I've got somewhere. Oh, sorry, the camera's moving. Other than that, the loco needs lined out in BR mixed traffic livery, which, as far as I'm concerned, suited every loco that ever carried it. So yeah, lined out, needs works plates on the front wheel arch, splasher, whatever your terminology is, one or the other, same thing. Lined out, and large numbers on the side. The number is going to be 54486, which, as I previously said, ran a special between Perth and Inverness, together with 54485. So that's the number. And on the tender, I need to add a large lake crest, because there weren't that many Cali Pickersgill 440s that lasted long enough to get the lake crest. Some of them lasted right into the early 60s, but they kept their early crest. But 54486 was one that got the lake crest. So that needs to be done. And I've not added tender brakes yet. Somewhere I've got a chassis lying about which has got brakes that I can use, but it's one of those get round to it jobs. Anyway, enough blethering. I'm going to use the last 30 seconds of this video to try to show you it running. The track is not the cleanest. The wheels are, but I'm going to show you it running, which is that's the aim of this thing. No, there we go, dirty track. There we go. Sorry about the light, it's not the best. Bedroom light is not the greatest. See, there's a slight tight spot that I need to work on. But think it needs weight as well, which will help. This is the first time it's run. Well, one of the first times it's run. Obviously it's been test run up and down without the body on and so forth. But I've had to solder the lubricator on, which is the one downside. To take the body off, I've got to unsolder the lubricator. There's no way around it, but I can live with that, I think. But it's progressing. I'm in two minds about weathering it. Nearly all of my locos are weathered to some degree. Mind you, the J83 in the background there isn't yet, but it will be. I will weather the running plate and the chassis slightly, you know, road dirt, brakes, oil. But this loco, well, quite a lot of them actually, photographs I've seen, they were kept pretty clean, even up to the last days. So I'm not going to make it too dirty. Mind you, famous last words, I probably will. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little update. I was aiming for 5 minutes, but no surprise, it's lasted longer than that. I'll zoom out a little bit, show another run. Again, extra weight will help. It does run smooth enough, it's just low speed it doesn't work quite so well yet. I do know the chassis is free running because I was pushing it up and down under pulse power before I got the new axle and the gear. Anyway, it's enough blethering. So hopefully the next time you see another video on this, it will be lined out and numbered. So thanks for watching, and I hope to make another one.